All right, this is comedian Steve Rinaldi. I'm live at the Philadelphia Tattoo Convention. Let's see. Holy shit. The Enigma, my man.
Good to see you.
Welcome to Philly. This is going to be a fun day, guys. Tune in for this.
Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop.
All right, this is comedian Steve Rinaldi. I'm here with Ink Masters champion, Anthony Michaels. Great to see you, my man. We got 3 quick questions, if you don't mind. Again, thank you for your time. The first one is, right now, 2020, we're in a weird generation, weird time in the country. Is there any tattoo that you will not do if someone asks? They're going to be tough, man. These questions are going to be tough.
Well, with that being said, right, 2020, no free ones, for starters, right? No, man, I think moving, that's a great question. You know, it's actually causing me to reflect inward myself because I'm in a transitional phase myself. So I really want to start giving people art that is from me, right? Not from Google, not from Pinterest, not from, I don't know, your friends' ideas. Let's make this your own. Let's tell a story. Let's tell your story with my art. You know what I mean? So we can stand apart, and it's unique. No one else on the planet will have it. So I'm really looking to push more of my style and have a lot more creative freedom, just to separate from everything else.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, as a fan of tattoos, for somebody that is afraid to make that jump and get that first tattoo, what advice would you give to me if I sat down in your chair? But so many people tend to make a mistake with their first one.
Sure. Well, here's the thing. If you're thinking about it, you're more than halfway there, right? So the rest of the way is finding an artist, finding an environment that speaks to you, that works, that's comfortable, and shit, just making it happen. You know, it's an investment, so also consider that. You can either go the route of telling a story, right, for yourself, or you can just get something that's aesthetically pleasing. Either way you go, find the quality artist. Make sure they're versatile. Make sure the work speaks for itself. Break it down, examine it. Go fucking look at the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, make sure it's clean. Pay attention to how you're handled when you're in the business, when you're in the shop. Just make sure it feels right. Make sure the art is good, because it's not coming off. Like I said, not only financially, but physically, right? It's an investment. So if you're already thinking about it, the hard part's done, right? So just
no doubt. And my question to you is, this is the last one, of course. Your first tattoo. When you look at it, do you see you're laughing? Do you regret that decision, or is it a part of your life that you reflect back on and it's a beautiful thing?
I don't regret any part of it. It is a part of my life, right? At the time that I got it, there was a lot going on for me personally, so it spoke to who I was at that time and what I was going through. But my idea behind the design also, every time I look at it, and I looked at it at that time that I got it, it was a reminder to keep going, right? It was a reminder like, hey, this position you're in right now, you don't have to fucking stay here. So you see this, make a choice, push forward. You know what I mean? So it has a story. The majority of my body, everything, right? All my tattoos do have a story behind it.
No doubt. Anthony, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy Philadelphia. Get a nice cheesesteak.
Not yet. I'll probably have one today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So,
Nice. This is Anthony Michaels. We're live in Philly. Thank you again, Anthony. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. It's Steve Rinaldi. I'm here with Jimmy Snaz from Ink Masters. Thank you for taking the time to talk. Welcome to Philadelphia.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I know you're from Boston. You got love for Philly, a little bit of love?
Dude, I love Philly. I was here for this convention a couple of years ago, and I fucking hate sports. So I loved it. I saw someone wrote on a bus stop, they wrote, Tom Brady smokes mids. And I thought it was fucking hilarious.
It was my dad, Jim. It was my dad.
Good.
3 questions we're asking everybody. The first one is, we're at a weird time at 2020.
Right.
Is there a tattoo that if someone comes to you and wants, that you would be opposed to putting on their body?
Well, it's fucked up because as artists, we're in the service industry, right? So we got to remember, people should be able to get what they want, whatever they want. That's their body and whatever. However, I wouldn't feel comfortable doing like any like racist tattoos or anything like that. I mean, to each his own, but that's something it's like you don't want to be, in a way, by doing those tattoos, you're like accountable. You're a part of it, even if it's not your belief system. So you got to be careful with stuff like that.
Gotcha. As a fan of tattoos and body art, but I haven't got my first tattoo yet, because there's that fear of that first one being a bad choice, because I have a lot of friends that have done that. Can you give me some advice?
You're just gonna, dude, you don't live forever.
Right.
Like, fucking who cares? Like, I have tattoos on me that I'm like, wow, whatever. But I understand for your first one, you like overthink it.
What was your first?
It was my mom's name with roses. I didn't overthink what I got, but I definitely didn't think enough about who did it. And I think that's the most important thing. It's like, if you're gonna get your first tattoo, yeah, you want it to be something that you're looking for, the image, but if you're not an artist, leave it up to the artist and pick an artist that's like, no matter what they do, you love whatever they do, and you won't get a tattoo that you hate.
Right, so the tattoo about your mother, that's important to you, but you don't think you picked the right, that when you look at it, that's the doubt.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, I don't regret, ever getting a tattoo from my mom. She's like, maybe, like, I should have waited longer until, like, because I didn't know anything about tattooing at the time.
Is 33 a good age?
Man, you're too old. You're too old. Your skin's starting to get all weird and shit. Like, dude, that's it. Yeah, you got like 4 more months tops to get another tattoo.
All right, this is Jimmy Snaz from Ink Masters. Thank you so much, Jim. Enjoy Philadelphia.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, guys. Comedian Steve Rinaldi here with James Vaughn. James, thank you so much for doing this.
Hey, no problem.
3 quick questions that I wanted to ask you. The first one is there a tattoo that you will not put on somebody if they ask you?
No swastikas on people. This is not the 80s. This is not biker central. So no swazis.
No, bro. Now, this is a question that I'm asking everybody. For someone that's such a fan of body art, but has not gotten his first tattoo yet, because as a man, my biggest fear is getting that first one, because a lot of people.
That's what she said.
I know a lot of people that regret that first tattoo. What advice would you give to someone like me?
Just research. I would say, just get what you love, get what represents you, or if you have a family, your family, your mom, dad, kids, whatever. Get something that means something, or you've maybe researched, or if you've, fell in love with your whole life, So, like, when you get something that you really love, you're never going to regret it.
No doubt. And what was your first tattoo, and how do you feel about that first one? Because you're making a face right now, and this is what I mean.
I was learning, I was adventuring when I did this in 7th grade in class, So, like, I was a needle and thread, and me. But I was finding direction in life, and I guess and art has always been my direction. So,
but I'm saying, looking back on that, there isn't regret. You look at it; it's a memory.
Yeah, it's a memory. And as it's tattoos are a story of our lives. So whether you got that crappy tattoo back in when you were 15, you still remember that time. So it's special to you. Maybe it might suck, but I still hold on to it.
James, thank you so much for taking the questions.
Why do you make it so cold up here? I mean, jeez. My old lady keeps sending me pictures of the temperature on the dash of the car. It's like 78 degrees. I'm like, yeah, 30. It's 28 this morning.
Yeah, it's 28. Right?
And it was snowing last night. What the hell?
It comes and it goes.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Thank you so much, James. Thank you. Enjoy Philly. Thank you.
You'll have fun.
All right. This is comedian Steve Rinaldi. I'm here with Lara Murray. Thank you so much for your time. Welcome to Philadelphia. How are you enjoying Philly so far?
Love it so far. We were able to do some restaurants. Bad thing about conventions is, I'm going to be here for most of it, but hopefully I'll be able to, explore the city and see some stuff.
Did you have a chance to grab a cheesesteak yet?
Not yet.
Definitely go to Phillips Steaks. Shout out to Phillips Steaks if you go. My personal favorite. We'll get right into the questions. First one of the 3 is there one tattoo in 2020 that you will not do if someone asks if they can get it?
God, that's a good question. I'm really tired of the cat woman memes that I see around a lot on the internet. I've been asked to do that 3 times now. It was funny the first time, but after the 20th time...
And did you do it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I
All
didn't.
right. As someone that's a fan of body art, but hasn't dived in yet and gotten that first tattoo, because I've came across a lot of people that after they get that first one, they regret it. Is there any advice you would give me?
Honestly, as far as like regretting a tattoo, to me, tattoos is more like an experience. Like, I have a lot of tattoos that I don't necessarily regret. They're not the best, but it was part of, how I grew up. It was part of, my journey throughout life. If you look at it more like that, you don't regret it. That it's like your body's like a picture book. There's like, if you go on vacation and, you get some sort of souvenir tattoo, even though it might not be the best, it's like it's more of a memory than...
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
And it leads into my next question. Your first tattoo, do you regret it when you look at it, or does it bring back a time in your life that you're like,
at first I regretted it, and my first tattoo is kind of a funny story. It's a Pikachu on my arm. My ex-boyfriend did it, and it was so bad. The whole thing was so bad, because it was like we were in a shop. I'm pretty sure he was drunk, and he's like, Laura, what do you want? And I'm like, I don't know. I'll get a fucking Pikachu. I don't care. Like, I didn't even care. And it's like in the weirdest part of my arm. Like, it's like right here. It's not even like in a... I wish I could pull this up, but...
That's great.
I don't regret it, because like I said, it's like a journey, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Congratulations on your win with Ingmaster. One more time, this is Lara Murray. We're at live in Philly. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great weekend. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm here with Gentle Jay from Ink Masters. He offered his time to come talk to me. I'm honored. Jay, how you liking Philly so far?
I love this city. It's a great city, man. I just had breakfast at Reading Terminal.
We just got back from there, too. Me and Tony behind the camera here. 3 quick questions, if you don't mind. We're going to ask everybody today. First one, is there any tattoo that you will not put on somebody if they offered to get it from you? I'm curious.
My job is to do tattoos. If you have money and you want it, I'm not your mother.
I love that. And
absolutely free to make bad decisions. I don't care. I'll tell you. I'll be like, it's not a good idea. But if I say it's not a good idea and you still want to do it, let's go.
That's funny, man. Because I'm thinking about the Buddha Italy on my calf. But all jokes aside, for someone that's a fan of body art, but it's always been a fear of mine to get that first tattoo. Because I know so many people, they get their first tattoo, they're not in the right state of mind, and make a bad decision. What advice would you give to somebody like me that's looking to dive into the world and the culture?
If you're not nervous, you're weird. It's like going on a roller coaster. The build-up and the nervousness is half of the fun, half of the excitement. You're changing your permanent appearance. It is something to be nervous about, but if you find an artist that you like their work and you're confident in what they can do, you have to put your trust in them, and you pick the right person, you'll be happy. That's the way it goes. It's all about decisions. You got to find the right artist. But I would tell you, don't be scared. You wouldn't see people covered head to toe in them if it was terrible. You know what I mean?
What was your first tattoo, and do you regret it?
I don't regret any of my tattoos. Regret is a wasted emotion. But I have a Grim Reaper on my back that I got when I was 18. Like, as soon as I turned 18, I found this guy. He did work on a couple of my friends' older brothers. And, I liked what he did, so I went and got him. I tried to book it when I was 17. He wouldn't tattoo me until I was 18. So, the week after I turned 18, I got it. And I love it. I still have. I actually incorporated it into my full back piece now.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So that was the 3 questions from Gentle Jay. I can't thank you enough for your time.
No problem, man.
Kill it this weekend. Enjoy Philly. Get a couple cheesesteaks.
I definitely will. I appreciate it, man.
My man. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you. All right, guys. I'm here with Emily Elegado. How are you? Welcome to Philadelphia.
I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you for taking the time to answer these 3 questions. The first question I have for you is, in 2020, we're in a weird time in the country right now. I'm curious, if someone approaches you with a tattoo that you may be opposed to the message, is there a tattoo at this time that if they asked you to do, you wouldn't do?
There's nothing really in particular that comes to mind. There's plenty of terrible things in the world that people would love to get tattooed on them, I'm sure. And I'm sure that eventually that will come up. So far, so good. Nobody's really wanted anything super weird. But a lot of times when it does get to that point, I just kind of persuade them through money. And, I'll do it, but it'll be 10 times the amount it normally would be. Or we could just leave off the shitty part, whatever the shitty part might be, and it'll be, significantly less. So
Great answer. Now, me being a tattoo, I love body art, and but there's a little bit of hesitation because everybody I know that got there first, they tend to look back at that, and there was they're like, I wish I didn't get that, and it scares me. Yeah. So, what advice would you give to someone like me?
Quit listening to other people's advice. That would probably be, definitely my answer. Just because other people are always going to freak you out. They're always going to make you second guess what you're doing. If you really want it and it's that important to you, you'll get it. And if you're a nitpicky motherfucker, then just hang the thing on the wall and leave us alone. Because,
that's great. So, do you? No, don't be sorry. This is honest. I love it, Emily. I love it.
People get so.
You're in Philly.
Yeah, fair. Oh, okay, I can relax, right? I don't have to be prim and proper. No, but honestly, the worst thing is when people, can you move this? Can you do this? Can you move that? If you want artwork, then let an artist be an artist.
You can never be my barber.
Yeah, this is true. I wouldn't want to be. I think that would be a terrible idea.
So, my last question. Your first tattoo. Looking back at it, first, what was that tattoo? And when you see it, everybody makes that face when I bring it up. Everyone I asked today.
You go back in time, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. That was a crazy night. Yeah.
Is there any doubt? Was there doubt there? Do you regret it?
I can't say I regretted it. I did get it covered just because it was small and simple and home done, and it really wasn't much of anything. It was just a little tiny rune symbol, just like it looked like the letter E, and it was super, super tiny on my hip. Like, it was stupid. But I ended up getting it covered up with a memorial tattoo for a dog that I had when I was a kid. So, no real disinterest in it or any unhappy thoughts or anything like that. It was all good stuff.
That's interesting. And do you want to plug your shop, please?
Absolutely. I work at Foolish Pride 2 in Clearwater, Florida. Come and see me. Our beaches are beautiful. And otherwise, you can look me up on EmilyElegado.com.
Emily Elegado, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy Philly. Thank you. All right. Again, this is comedian Steve Rinaldi. We're live at the Philadelphia Tattoo Convention. I'm here with the Enigma. How are you, my friend?
To meet you. This is great. We're here at the Vaughn Arts Show. You got to come down here in Philly. This is where it all started. Started at a little hotel, just crammed. Finally, we made it to the big top. This is it, man. You got the huge venue. We've got a giant screen. We're playing crazy movies, all kinds of stuff you can never see, even at a show. Like stuff that you just can't even see that stuff around. So you got to come on down and check that out. We'll be running it while we're doing shows right in front of it. You won't ever look at your phone at this rate. We got, of course, the new album coming out. The Enigma Live. It's my other album, and you'll be seeing that on CD Baby coming up. But you got to check it out, man. Everything is here. We got the stunts, we got the freaks, we got it all. There's nothing that we don't have. The chicks, everything.
What do you love most about coming to Philly?
Oh, the greatest thing about Philly, of course, is the cheesesteaks. And I gotta say, EAGLES, Eagles, yes.
That's right. He's an animal.
This is it.
Welcome home, my friend. One quick question that I have for you, and this is for someone that is a fan of artwork but has yet to dive in. What advice would you give to somebody that wants to get that first tattoo, but they're a little skeptical that they're going to regret that decision? Because I have so many friends that get their first tattoo, and that's the one that they wish they would have thought a little bit more.
You're lucky that you have friends. That's a great thing, first of all, right off the bat. But, once again, you don't put stickers on a Porsche. You pinstripe the car, make it look like it's going faster, or paint the whole car. Like with a vase, the vase is the beautiful object. And then you just accentuate the curves that are already there. You know what I'm talking about. When you're thinking about your body, think about your entire body. Don't think an arm. Don't think a sticker. You think about you as a superhero. What would you have? Like if they had to make 6-inch action figures of you, and they might later. So you should think about making that image. Like when you see a dragon, you don't want a little dragon stick. No, you want a dragon. It comes up from the ankle all the way up the arm, up the back, and then over the shoulder. And when you take off your clothes, bam, that's a tattoo. Mom said I could only have one tattoo, so I figured I'd make it a doozy. You know.
Your first tattoo.
Yeah.
Do you remember
This
it?
is it. This is it. This is my
One-
only
one.
tattoo. One tattoo. Mom said I could only have one. I tell you, this is it. Pick a color and go for it. Obviously.
What was Mom's reaction? I'm curious.
Well, Mom, if you're driving a cab, she'd say, you're going to kill yourself in that cab someday. And if you're president of the United States, she'd call me and say, are you eating your greens? Mom's never satisfied. But, guilt trips work both ways. You say, Mom, you can close your door to me, but I'll never close my door to you. That's moms. They're just never satisfied. But she'll love you either way. Don't worry about it. It just takes time sometimes. But pick a color, pick a pattern. If you want to fill it in piece by piece, that's what I did. That's right. It's the backside of the puzzle. The art's on the inside. Oh, anyway, but you got to check it out. Everything's here. Come on down. Talk to me personally. I'll tell you what to do.
We're here with the Enigma. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk. Thank you. Thank you. That's the East Roast Podcast, live from the Philadelphia Tattoo Convention. I'm Steve Rinaldi.
And I'm Tony. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.